Hey there and welcome. My name is Al Abaroa and this is the Annuity Crash Course. Most investors are trying to figure out the best way to navigate the markets to maximize their life savings and earn a safe, comfortable income throughout their retirement. Investors today are faced with a myriad of challenges. You must avoid having your life savings get wiped out by wild market swings. You've got to generate a consistent income stream to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. Keep growing that income without the fear of outliving savings. Make sure that their investments earn enough income to possibly offset inflation. Have their money work and grow for them. Make sure that they control longevity risks so those that are fortunate enough to live a long and healthy life don't get financially punished for just simply staying alive. The big problem is that there are a ton of choices out there. So how do you know what's right for you? Now, annuities are one of the products that I believe is the best option for aspiring and current retirees that seek principal protection, safe growth, and lifetime income. I put together this video series because many don't even know what an annuity is or the difference between the different type of annuities. One thing is certain, and that is investors have good reason to be curious about annuities. Millions of folks approaching retirement will have no other guaranteed income other than Social Security. These investors may have savings, trillions overall, but they need a financial vehicle that can help secure those decades of savings and turn them into guaranteed lifetime income streams. In general, annuities, when used wisely, can accomplish that goal. Think of annuities as investments that double as a retirement insurance or a retirement insurance that doubles as an investment. The distinction depends on the particular annuity. For people in their prime earning years, these insurance features can make as much sense as a screen door on a submarine. But for people approaching retirement whose financial priority is no longer growth but preservation, and whose savings interest isn't great enough to live off of, those insurance features can be pretty appealing. However, there are a lot of annuities that are available to purchase. How do you know what you should avoid like the plague, or what may be a very good allocation for your portfolio? What differentiates the two? First things first, in order to make a proper decision, one has to understand the facts. As an example, let's talk about fixed indexed annuities, which I believe are one of the better options for investors looking for safe growth and principal protection. Understanding how insurance carriers are able to provide such a strong guarantee to investors will greatly help you as we get into the more granular parts. A fixed indexed annuity is a principal protected investment that has growth tied to the appreciation of an index, for example, the stock market. The money that you place in care with an insurance carrier, it's principal protected by the insurance carrier. Now, the reason that I stress the insurance carrier is because the guarantee is as good as the insurance carrier. So in my opinion, it's extremely important to work with a highly rated insurance carrier. I suggest that if you are contemplating an allocation to an annuity, that you look at A-rated carriers. However, please keep in mind that just because a carrier is A-rated doesn't automatically mean that an annuity from that carrier is the best or the right one for you. Now, back on the subject of rating, choosing an A-rated carrier would seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised just how many annuities are offered by B-rated carriers that are actively promoted by financial advisors and insurance agents. So why would a financial advisor or an agent work with a B-rated carrier versus one that has a higher rating? Well, sometimes it's just a lack of understanding, and that's the culprit. Not just on the part of the consumer, but maybe even the advisor or the agent as well. Sometimes allocations to annuities from B-rated carriers are due to the financial enticements that come in different forms. One, the agent or the advisor selling the annuity might get a higher commission to do that. Or the end user, the consumer buying the annuity, might be offered a higher potential for return. Put it into simple terms, an insurance company with a lower credit rating may create perceived distortions in the quality of their product or create conflicts of interest with their salespeople in an effort to raise capital. You may also see that the carrier may offer a higher initial crediting factor, which determines principal growth on the underlying index to you, the consumer. As an example, you may look at two different annuities offering an index credit on the same underlying index, but one offers a notably higher rate of participation in that index growth. While the higher rate may seem logical to take, upon closer inspection, you may find that one is an A+ carrier and the other is only a B-rated carrier. This is important to understand because while crediting factors are a very important consideration, it's not just about looking at that. In this case, even though the B-rated carrier offers a greater opportunity for growth, the B-rated carrier also comes with weaker guarantees, as it could have more difficulty paying its claims than perhaps an A+ rated carrier. Now, let's take for a moment and talk about principal protection. Principal protection is a great feature. However, one does not necessarily need an insurance company to achieve principal protection. You could put your money in a piggy bank, hide it under the mattress, and you too have principal protection from the market. There's got to be more than just principal protection as an enticement from the insurance company. We need more than just that. Now, luckily, fixed index annuities offer you far more than just principal protection. They also offer accumulation potential. So now from an accumulation perspective, what you have is an opportunity to grow the capital that you have placed in care with the insurance company based on a market-linked interest credit. Now let's break down market-linked interest credit. Each one of those words makes sense individually. Let's just make sure that you're able to understand them as they work together. Market-linked means it's based on an index. That's the market. Now, there are a variety of indices that can be used. It can be the S&P 500 as an example, or it can be a smart beta index, or it could be a blend of different indices. Let's move on to the interest credit portion of that statement. The reason we use the words interest credit is because the gains, which are your profit potential, they're paid to you in the form of a cash interest credit. Just like when you put money in the bank, say into a CD, at the end of the term, you're paid a cash interest credit on the deposit. In this sense, structurally, the market-linked interest credit and the interest from the CD, well, they're similar. However, an annuity is an insurance product and a CD is a bank product, so that certainly makes them different. So to be clear, your money, when allocated to a fixed index annuity, it's not actually in the market. This is the main reason that you have no principal risk to the market, yet you're being paid an interest credit based on the performance of a market. That's your benchmark. Now, once the interest is paid to you, the interest cannot be forfeited. So assume you have a $100,000 allocation, and that $100,000 is principal protected. And over the course of 1 year, the underlying index of which your crediting factor is determined upon provides you a 5% interest credit. So that means $5,000 is paid to your account in cash. Now that becomes the new floor, meaning the principal balance, which began at $100,000, is now $105,000, and it cannot move backwards even if the market goes down. And as a forward walk, two things will now occur. The new window is based on a $105,000 balance. So any interest earned going forward is off of the $105,000 balance, so now the money is compounding. Second, if the market indeed retreats, your starting point on the next reference window is from that lower level. You don't need to make up ground just to get back to even. You see, this is very important because compounding, well, it goes both ways. If you lose 50% in the stock market, you need to make 100% just to get back to even. Here's an example just so you get an idea of how the principal protection and the compounding features work within a fixed index annuity. Let's assume that the market index is at 3,000 and your starting investment is 100,000. 1 year from today, the market index is at 3,150. You get paid a 5% interest credit to your account because you had a 100% participation on the index. Now, the following year, the market is down 10% from 3,150 to 2,835. You would lose nothing, meaning your $105,000 balance, it's still $105,000. And your starting point is now at the 2,835, the lower level, for the next reference window, meaning any calculation of future gains over the next reference window begins from the 2,835 starting point. So as an example, on the third year, the market increases from 2,835 to 2,976, which is a 5% jump. You would earn a 5% interest credit, assuming that same 100% participation rate. So your $105,000 balance, it's now $110,250, even though the stock market is gone lower. Let's talk about income riders. In addition to working as a principal protected accumulation tool, a fixed index annuity can also serve as a distribution tool. This is done by adding what's known as an income rider. An annuity can be used to provide a lifetime income stream. When combined with the principal protection features, these income riders can be extremely powerful tools to provide peace of mind for investors that want a worry-free retirement. These income streams vary by design, and we'll dive more into this, as well as crediting factors, surrender schedules, and other important terminology in subsequent videos. Hopefully, this introduction helps you understand the main structure of a fixed indexed annuity contract in its most simplistic form. Now, I look forward to speaking with you soon and helping you improve your future quality of life and retirement outcomes. Thank you.